Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ernest Mampana from the Sulfam FX Traders, and I welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Now, if you're new to this channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as I share a lot of Forex related content. Something new that I want to introduce to this channel is the request. If you have a video that you are thinking in your mind, or if you want me to break down something, just leave the comment and I will do a video specifically for that topic. Now in this video we're going to be looking at the market as to what we can expect to trade this week. Now without wasting much of your time, let us get into it.
Okay, I will never do it. Right now they are watching me doing it. This thing in marble hall is like a movie. I knew it and I did it.
Thank you so much for choosing this video, and once again, if you're new to this channel, be sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Also be sure that you follow me on the socials. I do have Telegram and Instagram where I share most of my setup during the week, so you can benefit from those setups. Now in this video we're going to be looking at our currency pairs and also indices. Let us now jump into the charts. Alright guys, let us start with USDCHF. We're going to also dive into US30, going to look at gold again, and then we're also going to look at Nasdaq. So without wasting much time, here on the screen I have USDCHF, and I'm going to delete this. Already I have some analysis, but I'm going to delete this and take you step by step as to how I accomplish this. Let us remove this and switch to 4 hours time frame. On a 4-hour time frame, this is what I am spotting right here. I can see that I have something like this right here. Not really, let me not start there, but let me do this. I have something like this, and I will just copy it to here to give me that type of a channel. As I zoom out now, I can see my chart clear. This is the first thing that I have. I can see that the move is to the upside. Unless if the market breaks this channel right here, then this setup will be invalidated. For now, we are going to continue with this setup as it is the only setup that is available to us right now. So before I can even switch to a smaller time frame, I can already identify something like this, where we had a touch here, a touch here, a touch here, and a breakout here. So again, I can have something like this, or it can be also in a form of a trend line like that. So we have this. Currently the market is outside this minor channel here, and then it's kind of creating something again from here. If we can pay attention, we are having something like this. So now my anticipation is that once this breaks here, we will continue going up. Unless if the market gets to this point, come back again down here, it will give us a double bottom, and then now we can continue going up. Let us switch to a smaller time frame to see those possibilities. Here I am on an hour time frame. You can see everything looks clean and also perfect. Just going to adjust here. That's good. So we're just waiting to see if the market will bounce again somewhere there and then come back down here. We will appreciate if the market would now come back down to give us the double bottom that we are anticipating, because that will give us an indication that now we are ready to go up. Remember, the market can still come back down here, and instead of bouncing at this area to go up, it might not do that. It might just go back here and then now continue going back up. So you should be aware of this type of a move that might happen also. We shouldn't just wait for a double bottom only to happen. So we are currently waiting to see what would happen, and we will just anticipate something like this, and then like this, and then we continue going up like that. So if the market comes back down. What we are going to do when the market gets here is to go in around these areas, and then we will put our stop loss just below this trend line, just in case the market tries to come and retest at this area. And then our first target will be right here. That's where our target would be. But should the market continue from where it is and just decide to go up, then upon the breakout we will now enter somewhere right here and then aim to get out somewhere there. That's one thing that we are looking at. Possible of a double bottom and a possible of breakout. So either way, we are waiting for moves to the upside. But should the market now decide that no, I'm not going to the upside, comes back down here, we are expecting a retest and then continue going down, now that will invalidate this setup right here. We need to now just reanalyze. This is what I have so far on USDCHF. Now let us switch to a different pair. Let us look at Nasdaq. On the screen right now I have US Tech, of which it's also known as Nasdaq, NAS100, US 100, whatever it may be. So I would also start on a 4-hour time frame again, and I would delete everything that I have here. As you can see, I have a lot of drawings right here. Actually, I'm not going to delete everything, but I'm just going to delete the recent one because that's what we need to talk about. Fine. Obviously, the move is to the upside. The move has been to the upside for a very long time. As we see, the market has been ranging between this zone to zone here for a very long time now. If I zoom out, I can be able now to draw my zones right here. That was our resistance and this was our support. Currently the market just broke out and we are waiting to see what would happen. If we look back now, you would understand that we had this right here, something like this right here, which has been broken out and the market continue going up. So my anticipation right now is that the market is trying to retest at these areas right here. So I will just have one more zone on that area, just like this. So I'm anticipating that the market is coming back down here, and once it gets here, it can now continue going up, given the fact that Nasdaq is a very bullish market. But even though it's a bullish market, we should also look for possibilities to the downside. And what I'm waiting for, if the bullish moves doesn't come, what I'm waiting for is to now go in. The market will come and then break, maybe at this area, bounce and then continue going up. That's the first possibility. Or what can happen is that the market can come, retest at this area, and then from there it can now continue go to the downside, at least to test at these levels right there. It is very possible, and as I said all over again, and I'm still repeating this, the moves to the downside are always powerful. So you just need to be sure when to get in and when to get out, especially when you'll be having your buys in a very bearish market. So that's what I'm saying on Nasdaq. I wouldn't even engage with a smaller time frame. This just need a bigger time frame, and then you will be sorted as to where the direction of the market is heading to. Now let us look at US30. All right, on the screen I have US30, and this time I decided to choose a different one so that I can start from scratch with the drawings once again. If I were to identify my trend line, this is my trend line right here, and this is what we would have, right? We can see that we have a breakout right there. But if you look carefully, you would understand that the market currently is at the most very sensitive zone that we should also pay attention to. If you are with me in the premium, you would understand how I told you about the retest of the very sensitive zones. Most of the zones that are sensitive are being retested on the market, and this is what we are having currently. This is a very beautiful one that can give us something. So instead of us waiting for a continuation to the downside on this one, we can wait for a slightly move to the upside. If the continuation to the downside is correct, then we can wait for a retest before we can now continue going to the downside just like that. But for now, I'm very certain that the market from here is going to go to the upside. The reason being that how I trade is that every zone, especially the most sensitive ones, need to be retested before we can continue or conclude the direction of the market. So that's just how I trade. If you do not trade like that, it's okay. Just do your analysis and wait for the confirmations, of course, and then you go in. The main thing is to have the same direction. To anticipate the very same thing is very important, because if you are thinking of buys, I am thinking of buys, then there are possibilities that there will be buys. So let us switch to a smaller time frame, and here I am on an hour time frame. We can see that we had a very bullish move to the downside and a correction in the form of an expanding channel, and another bullish move to the downside. Let me just draw the expanding channel. So this would be the expanding channel that I'm talking about. I can also even start here to cater most of the touches right there, just like that. So now we just touched here and we can already see the rejection right there. We just going to wait for a confirmation, the right confirmation for us to go in. I wouldn't even engage into a smaller time frame at this point. Obviously by Monday, that's when I'm going to dive deep into 30 minutes and even 15 minutes to spot my proper entry. But my moves for now is to the upside, at least to retest at that trend line that we had on a 4-hour time frame that I deleted. And after that, we will see the behavior. If the market is now continuing to the upside, we will continue with the market to the upside. But also remember, something like this may happen again, where the market is just consolidating for some weeks or even some close to a month. So you need to be careful on something like this and be sure when to get in and when to get out. Most people, they say support and resistance do not work anymore, but if you can see right here, this would have been a great way to trade support and resistance, and you need to master when to get in, when to get out. That's why I'm saying your entries are very important. Some situation like this shouldn't prevent you from making money, because now you are waiting for this type of impulsive moves and also the corrections and all of that. From what I know, most people were expecting a very bullish move, because now we had this impulsive move, then it's the correction, now we go up to we continue with the move to the upside. So they were only taking trades right here. They couldn't take trades at this area. The only thing that they were comfortable with is to take trades right here, of which, into my knowledge, you would also be able to take trades right here, as long as your zone is not even like the market didn't break your zone. Then that's where you should be trying to go in. I mean, if you hit a stop loss, it's not the end of the road, but the fact that remains is that this is where support and resistance was playing a big part. And because we are stereotyped of the fact that support and resistance is really not working, that's where we got it wrong. We could have made a lot of money by just going in right here and going out somewhere at this area. Wait again, go in, go out, go in, go out, just like that. But yeah, man, we have different trading styles, and if you still trade like I do, I actually put everything together. I don't just focus on one thing. I put almost everything that I know together so that it can give me the right direction on the market. So yeah, that was US 100 or US 30. That was US 30. Now let us look at the last pair, of which is gold. On the screen right now, I have gold, and allow me to delete all these drawings once again. So if I zoom out, I have something like this. Let me start on a daily time frame for this one so that you would understand why we are having the moves that we are going to have. If you look carefully on a daily time frame, we have something like this right here. I'm not gonna start way back, I'm just gonna start here. And if I were to copy this one right here and put it somewhere right here, I will have something like this. Now back to what everyone knows, impulse correction, impulse. That's what we are looking at right here. We can see that we had this impulse move to the upside. Now this is some sort of a correction, and we can anticipate further more moves to the upside. But that's a future move that could happen in the next year, 2022. I mean, we are on a daily time frame, so this type of a setup right here can be completed next year. What are we looking for the following week? We want to know what is it that we can do and what is it that we can capitalize from. If I zoom out on a 4-hour time frame, I would see now that we are here and we just need to do some adjustment right here. I'm seeing a very good reversal structure right here. Just have to make sure I cater all the touches. It's fine. And I also have this one right here. Now if you look right here, this is a very good rejection right there, reversal pattern. It reversed on this trend line, but of course this trend line wasn't there before. If the market was still here, we couldn't just put this trend line like here. But what made this reversal now valid, and that's what made me to go in with a sell. If you missed that video, then I suggest you go check it. The video is out. You can see the market has been bouncing here, bounced here, also bounced here. Now we are here and it just bounced. Look at this. This channel was forming towards this zone right there. So that's what made me to now take a sell on this one right here. Took a sell from here and we got out somewhere right here. I'm still very proud of myself for this type of a trade. Anyway, we are here now, and what's next? So as you can see, we are here. I would also put this one right here. So that would be my first target if I were to go to the downside. Now, one thing again about gold that I know it's been happening is that gold will give you this impulse move and correct for a very long time. We had this impulse move and then we had this correction right here, which it wasn't even clear if it's a good correction or not. Pushed to the upside, came back to retest at these levels again in a very corrective manner. We pushed again to the upside and then we were still correcting. So now here we had this move to the downside, and then you can see now seems like gold is preparing for that correction that we are talking about. However, we are not even 100% sure that it will happen like that. Let us switch to a smaller time frame to see if gold is trying to correct, then what would happen. But on a very long term one, I'm seeing this type of move. We see gold now is playing right here, and once that is done, then we can expect the market now to shoot from here to down somewhere around these areas right there. And once it gets to this area, it will now continue going up for that move we spotted on a daily time frame. Let us switch to a smaller time frame. So this is on a smaller time frame now. Let me just remove this block right here. If I remove this on a smaller time frame, I can still spot, let me do this. I can still look back from here and have this. So we have a breakout, retest, test, breakout, retest. So obviously now the market is kind of like playing between zone to zone. As I said before, we need to be going in even here on zone to zone. We cannot just wait for a certain trend line or for a certain channel to be completed before we can now take our action. We cannot just always wait for the third touch. All right, and if you do not trade support and resistance, it's fine, do what you do, but it's very important for us to aim for one thing. And now currently the market is trending right here. I'm aiming to go in as soon as the market opens. I'm going in to target that level right there, and once it hit that level, well, also I'm going to still look for another move. I'll be moving like that up until I get a clear breakout. Once I get a very bullish a very impulsive breakout, that's when I know now where the direction will be heading to. A breakout can happen. We are expecting a breakout to the downside, of course, so meaning that our entries at this point wouldn't be a risk that much, but our entries at this point will be risky. However, we are still willing to take those risks, because sometimes you just have to take the risk in the market to make it. And also, because just we are taking a risk doesn't mean that you now need to risk the entire account. That's where you're going to need to be sure that your risk management is on point. Once your risk management is on point, then you will have to worry less about these trades. That's my view on gold. If you have any other type of setup that you have, please let me know down there in the comment section. Let us engage, let us communicate. Be sure that you catch us on the Telegram as well, and also on Instagram. We are busy uploading these setups for you guys to view them. If you have made it up until this very end, I really appreciate you. Please do leave a like and also leave a comment down there. What do you feel about the test that I just did? And also let me know which video I should do next. My name is Ernest Mampana from the FX Traders, and I will see you on the next video.
I will never do it. Right now they are watching me.